I'm Hannah from Tentworld in Warana on the Sunshine Coast, and we're going to have a look at a hiking tent today, the MSR Elixir 2. As you can see, comes packed down fairly small in its case, and it weighs 2.64 kilos packed down. So we're going to have a look at setting it up. So this is a 4-season tent, so that means you can use it in pretty much every weather condition. It's super breathable, which means you can use it in hot Australian summers, even if it's humid, but it can also withstand really bad weather. So if you wanted to go off on holiday to New Zealand, off to the Himalayas or somewhere exciting, this tent is certainly the tent that you'd be looking at to take, because it's lightweight and it's really durable. So we're going to start by putting out the inner of the tent. It comes with, as you can see, a full mesh on the inside, although the tent can be set up as just the fly with the included footprint ground sheet. So we're going to lay down the inner. So this is a 2-person tent. And these are the poles. Now, the poles are colour-coded, red and grey, and they almost want to join themselves together. So it's a really simple setup. Not something that usually gets set up indoors because the poles are quite long, but this is a tent for the outdoors and for camping, not for an indoor situation. So we're setting up the poles. Awesome, so the poles are all set up. Now, as I said before, the poles are grey and red, and they're colour coordinated onto the tent, so it's really easy and simple and clear how to set them up. So on one side we've got a red hole to put the red pole into, and on the other side we've got the grey. So we clip the grey pole into the grey hole, the red pole into the red hole, and we do that at both ends. And once we've done that, we have a freestanding tent to set up, which makes it really easy and quick to do as a solo traveller. After the 2 poles are up, the next section's really simple. They are grey clips to just clip all the way along the grey pole, and red clips to clip along the red pole to actually bring the tent into its standing position. So the whole tent is colour coordinated, so even in bad conditions, when you are time pressured, you can get this up without too many problems. Okay, so I'm just going to clip the red ones along, following them along here. And this will bring the whole tent structure together. So you can see the tent starting to go up. And now the grey ones along this side. And so now you've got a freestanding tent. There's one more pole that goes through the top, and it's just to bring the tent out, so you've got a little bit more headroom on the inside. Now before we put the fly on top, we'll have a quick look at the actual tent itself. So it's got 2 entrances, one on either side, one on this side and one on the other side. So if you've got 2 people, you don't need to climb over yourself, or if it's bad weather or windy, you can just go in from one side. So it opens up on both sides to a nice spacious tent. Now there's almost like a bath style floor to it, so and that's made of a 70 denier polyurethane coated nylon, and it's really water resistant, and because of the nice design of it coming up, even if you've got a bit of flooding on the floor, you're not going to get wet, which is something nobody wants if they're out camping. So it's plenty of room on the inside for 2 people, as you can see here. Loads and loads of room. There's a pocket at each end, so it's a nice tent to go into for space, certainly. The other really good thing about it, before we put the fly on, is that if you've got an evening where you know it's not going to be raining, because it's got the mosquito meshing on the inside, first of all that aids for breathability, but secondly, you can see the stars. This is a lovely tent to set up. If you know it's not going to rain, you don't need the fly. You can just set this up as it is, save yourself a bit of extra weight, and have a nice evening stargazing in your tent. However, if the weather is bad, as I said, this is a 4-season tent, we do have the fly to go over the top. So this is a 68 denier fly, and again, it's been made so it is colour coded. So to clip it on, we've got on each end a grey clip and a red clip. And no surprises, the grey clips into the grey section and the red clips into the red section. So the grey clips onto the grey strap down here. And the red one clips onto the red strap down here. And the same at both ends. Now, like all tents, obviously the strength is going to come from the guy ropes. So once you have put the fly on top, take the tent down, but please peg out the guy ropes, because that is where your strength is coming from on a tent. Now, this is not going to show exactly how the tent set up normally as you would outside, because we can't obviously peg down onto the inside. But here we have the MSR Elixir tent. On both entrances, the fly pulls out to give yourself a bit of space to put your bags, put your boots. And this really is the tent. If you want an all-round tent to suit your needs wherever you go, this is the tent that you'd be looking for. When the weather gets bad and you don't have time to set your whole tent up, another bonus of the MSR Elixir is you can set it just with the fly and the ground sheet as a shelter. So when the weather comes down, you need some shelter quickly, pull out the footprint, pull out the fly sheet, and you've got a completely waterproof place to have your lunch, get out of the rain, and review what you're going to do next. This really is the most versatile tent I think that I've seen in a while.